Hey everyone, welcome back to the Book Cave with me, Jenny. Today I am doing the 54321 book tag. I cannot find who actually originally posted this, but I saw Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia. I'll have her linked down below. I saw her do it, and she said consider yourself tagged if you want to do this. So that's what I'm doing. And so the first question is 5 recent 5-star reads. And starting from the most recent was Funny Story by Emily Henry. And so far, this has been my favorite of the Emily Henry books that I read. I felt like she really fleshed these characters out in this particular book, and I really enjoyed it. Then the next one was Lady Tan's Circle of Women, and I always enjoy Lisa C. And this one really brought home all the female friendships and kind of like the struggles with, child rearing and marriage and all of that. So I really enjoyed that as well. Then the next one was a manga series called Love's in Sight. And I just thought this was super cute. And, the relationship was really cute. And I love again that, the characters each have their own lives and they each have their own struggles. And obviously, from the title, the main girl, she has a vision impairment, and this follows her trying to live with that as well. And so I thought it was very well rounded. Then there was All Roads Lead Here, which is a Mariana Zapata book. And this one, again, I just really enjoyed the character development and the way that they were really well developed outside of their relationship to each other and all of that. And it was definitely a slow burn. And then back in February, what is my last 5-star read, or my 5th 5-star read, and that was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. And just this book was extremely readable and fast-paced, and just the characters were so dynamic and interesting, and I really enjoyed that. And then next question is 4 auto-buy authors. So 3 of them will sound really familiar. V.E. Schwab, and this was started when I read her first book of hers that I had read, which was Gallant, and I really enjoyed it and just kind of continued, and she became an auto-buy. Then one who I haven't really spoken about much on here is Junji Ito. He is a horror manga writer, and his writing is very interesting, and I enjoy what he does with his stories. Then the last 2 authors will sound very familiar as well. We have Emily Henry. This is the first book of hers that I read, Happy Place, and I kind of just fell in love with her writing, and she's now auto-buy. And then Lisa C., and hers was started, I want to say, about 3 or 4 years ago. I started with Peony in Love and really enjoyed that, and then went on and read Snowflower and the Secret Fan, which I think is my second favorite of hers, and she is now also an auto-buy. Our next question is 3 of your favorite genres. So one of these is definitely obvious if you've watched my channel, and that is sci-fi. And sci-fi / fantasy, I feel like a lot of them kind of cross that boundary. I tend to really like the hard sci-fi. Then my second favorite, I would say, is horror. And I haven't read a whole lot of horror since starting this channel, but I just haven't found a whole lot of horror that I've wanted to read recently. Most of what I have, I've already read, and so it hasn't really been discussed here. And then my third favorite genre, I would have to say, is probably coming of age adventure manga. And this is kind of the stuff like Full Metal Alchemist, where you have a character who basically kind of learns about life and is striking out on their own. I feel like there's a lot that fit this. I spoke about Love's in Sight earlier. That kind of has a lot to do with it. Our main girl is 16 and she's working on getting her first job and learning to be more independent with her disability. Then you have the stuff like Zom 100 that's not so much coming of age, but the changing of life, because now he is able to kind of discover joy in life and get away from just constantly working sort of thing. And I really enjoy that as well. Then my next question is 2 favorite places to read. So I'd have to say one is here in my library, and 2, although I don't get to do it a whole lot, is in my hammock outside. And I'm definitely looking forward to that later on in the summer. And then the last question is 1 book you promised to read soon. And that is going to be this book right here, The Child Thief. It is a retelling of Peter Pan, from my understanding. And Peter Pan has to recruit children to fight Captain Hook, I believe it is. And yeah, I'm definitely interested to read this, and I promise to read this, if not in June, then in July. So that is everything for the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 book tag, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want to do this book tag, definitely feel free to. As always, thanks for joining me in the book cave. If you liked this video and want to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button so you can be notified when I post. And I will see you next time in the book cave.